Have you ever wondered how to make a page loader using jQuery? This tutorial is for you. I'm Ebune Joseph from Joe Digital Academy. Today we are going to build a page loader using jQuery. So for you to get started, we are going to use two resources. The first one is jQuery and an animated GIF image. So you can head on to jquery.com/download and download the version in which you want to use. In this tutorial, I'm using jQuery 1.12.4.min, the minified version. Okay, then this is actually a loader in which I downloaded. So I'll be using these are the two resources and which I'm going to use. So to get started, I'm going to create a folder called loader. Right, I'll copy these two files inside the loader file. Once that is done, I'll open this file inside my text editor. So for this tutorial, I'm using Sublime Text Editor. Alright, so I'll drop here so that it's easily, I can easily navigate through it. I'm going to create a file. I'll name that file index.html. We're using HTML for today, not PHP, right? And I want to open my document. Now for the title of this page, I'm going to name it as I'll just say jQuery loader, and I'm going to include my jQuery file. Now you must include jQuery in order to use it, right? You need to include it. Now you can either include it at the head section or at the body section, but for this tutorial I'm going to include it at the head section. So say script type equals to text/javascript and the source. Since this is in the same location, I'll just need to write the name of the file. So what I'll do is I'll right click, take the name, highlight everything, that's pressing Ctrl A, copy the file location, right, and I paste it there. So that is the file location and our jQuery has been included into our file. Now the next thing in which I'm to do is I'll create a div in which is going to hold our loader, right, our preloader. So I'll name it as preloader as the name of the div. Now this div is just there. It is the first thing that's going to load. We're going to design it using CSS and JavaScript actually. So this is actually where the loader is going to exist. Now after that loader, we will need our normal page content, right? After the loader, we need our normal page content. So I can just create a div called wrapper. So I will say wrapper that wraps everything, right? And for this, I'm not going to design a complete website. I'll just show it just for illustration purposes. So I'll just write an h1 and I'll say welcome to Joe Digital Academy. Then after that, I'm just going to write a paragraph tag with lorem in it. So this is for the HTML part, right? So I'm going to open this in my browser to see how it looks like. So right click, open using Chrome. When I open, it just shows a normal page, right? Now this is the focus. Our main focus is to put a preloader. So what I'll do is I will need to style this page in order to add my GIF image, right? So I'll use embedded style sheet. I'll say style, and for this style sheet I'm going to style my preloader, right? So for the preloader, I will need to target this ID because I need to style him. I'll target it and I'll use a fixed position. So I'll say position fixed. I want the left should begin from 0 and top to be 0. Now the reason is I want this div to start at the beginning here, right at the beginning here and at the top, so that it covers everything, covers the whole view, and the position is fixed. Also I want the Z index to be higher, Now what is z-index? Z-index actually makes your page to float, your div to float, so the div will come in front of the screen, so any other thing is going to cover this page, come up a little bit, right? So if I refresh, you will not see anything that good, but we are getting there. And the next thing which I'll do is I'll specify the width of the page. In this case, the width of the page is 100%, and the height is also 100%, which means I want to cover everything. If I refresh, everything is still okay. The last thing in which I'm to do is I need to put a background color. Now for this background color, if I just say white, right, if I just put in white and I refresh, you see that it covers the whole of the page. If I put in red, it covers the whole of the page, right? So you need to see it covers the whole of the page, no scroll bar, anything, it covers. So which means our div starts from here and ends here, and the main content is behind this div. Okay, that's good. So I'll need to add, I'll set this back to white. I'll need to add this loader image, so I'll add it using CSS by putting the URL, right? So say background URL, come on, background URL, and the name of the file is loader.gift. Mind you, this loader.gift is not located in the folder, so I'll just call it this way, loader.gift. So I'll say loader.gift, and if I refresh, I should actually see my image. But now for this style, I don't want the image to be repeating, right? So I'll actually remove that by putting a no repeat property. So I'll say no repeat, come on, I'll say no repeat, no repeat, caps lock. So I'll say no repeat, come on, my computer is stable, no repeat, wow, so no repeat. And if I refresh, you see that it shows just one image. Also, I want this image to be at the center, so what I'll do is I'll just add another property called center, right? So also center, so that it goes at the center position of everything. Okay, that is that for the CSS part. We have actually placed our loader, and the next thing is we want to use our JavaScript to set the time in which this loader is going to load and disappear from this view, so that it shows our main view, right? So since we have included JQuery, means we are able to use JQuery in this file. So I'll go to our page. The last thing behind, I'm going to add a script tag to the JQuery code. So I'll say script equals to text slash JavaScript. Now excuse me, now to include JQuery into our page, what we'll do is we'll say JQuery, right, and we'll say window document, sorry, we'll say document dot ready. So we are saying that when this document is ready, passing an anonymous function. So say document dot ready. Now this document dot ready says when our JQuery code is ready, what do we do, right? Say small j, or say document dot ready. When this JQuery code is ready, what do you want to do? We want to say once the page loads, you should do something, right? So that's an event. We say once the page loads, we'll call an event handler that once this page loads, we want to implement this. So I'll say dollar, I'll need to target I'll say dollar window. I need to target the window of our page, the whole window of our page, and I'll say when this window loads, dollar window, when this window loads, what do I need to do? I need to pass in an anonymous function. So when this window loads, pass in this anonymous function and implement the following. So once the page loads, implement whatsoever thing that is inside here, right? So if I say something like alert and I say hello, if I just test this, says once this page loads, you should give an alert, right? But this is not what we want to actually implement, so I'm going to remove this out. I'm going to remove this. So once this page loads, what we want to do is we want to target this div, this preloader div, and set the timeout. We want to actually target this div, set the timeout, and let it load for this amount of seconds, and after that this div should disappear from it, right? It should disappear from the main view. So that's what we're about doing. So we'll say set timeout is actually a JavaScript function. Set timeout is a JavaScript function. So say set timeout, and we'll pass in an anonymous function. Now this set timeout function actually receives two parameters. The first is it receives a function name. Let me close this. It receives a function name and the time in which it's supposed to do that. That's after this duration. What should I do? So the time. So for this class I'll put 2000 milliseconds. The time is being measured in milliseconds, so 2000 milliseconds, which is 2 seconds actually. So I'm saying that after 2 seconds, what do you want to do, right? So I can pass in a function here and I create a function below here, but I will not want to do that. JavaScript gives us a function to create an anonymous function and implement it on that same line. So I'm going to do that. So I'll create an anonymous function by saying function, and what's the name of the function? Sorry, the function does not have a name, so just a function, and I need to pass in what I want to do. So in this function I want to target this preloader, right? I want to target it and actually make it to fade out after this amount of seconds, after these seconds. So I will say dollar my quotes, and I target the div. Now since this div is an id, I'll put this symbol in front of it. If it was a class, I'll put a dot. So I'll put my hash in front of it, and I'll say fade out. So after that time, I want you to actually fade out. How do I want you to fade out? I want you to fade out in a slow manner, right? I want it to slow in a slow manner, and I pass in a function. So that is all. I pass in a function. So that is it about it. So let me close my semicolons and I test the application to see. So if I refresh, it loads. After 2 seconds, it fades out in a very nice way, in a slow way, and the main content shows actually. So we can actually increase this seconds to 5 seconds and test. So it loads for 5 seconds, and after that it shows the page in a nice way. So that is actually it. To do a recap, what we did is we created a div and we styled it. We gave a position to be fixed, the left to be 0, the top to be 0, and we gave a z index of 99. We also gave the width of 100% so that it spans through the whole of this content area, and we gave in a background color of this width, and then we loaded the gift image. We place it to the center. So that's this for the CSS part. Now for the JavaScript part, or for the jQuery part, what we did is we said jQuery, we always want to put document.ready, means when our document is ready, when our jQuery is ready, what do? We pass in our load event, right? We say when that page loads, what do? We pass in an anonymous function, and we need to set out the timeout that this function should load. That's when our window loads, we need to set the timeout. That's how the duration in which this page is supposed to, or this function is supposed to be implemented. In our set timeout function, what we are doing is we are targeting this div, and we are saying after these seconds, this div should fade out in a slow manner. So this div should disappear or fade out in a nice manner. So that is that. Now the importance of this application is when you're building a huge application or a huge website that has a lot of videos, a lot of content, the contents always take time to load. Like let's say the videos, the images always take time. So what you need to do is you need to load everything before previewing to your user. So you can always put a loader phase to actually load while loading the main videos and the images below your content. So if your website is very complex and has a lot of videos, what I advise is to increase the number of seconds in which it should load the loader. But mind you, don't increase it to be more than a minute or more than a minute, because your user will not wait for your page to load for a minute. It's going to just you know what I'm saying. So it just throws out the website and goes to the next thing. So that is that. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I'm Ebune Joseph from Joe Academy. Thanks for watching.